alfiber. Hello again, everybody. I'm Roger Hoover. For the second straight Saturday, Alabama won a top 15 matchup in men's basketball. The 9th-ranked Crimson Tide won a thriller, 83-82 over 13th-ranked Houston in front of a packed Coleman Coliseum. Head coach Nate Oates met with the media after the win.
That was an unbelievable game. It was great for the fans. I appreciate all the fans that showed up. Finals have been done, so thought the student section was packed. It was great. Appreciate the students and everybody else in town that showed up, made it an environment we were hoping to get out of bringing Houston here. So our guys showed a lot of fight. You know, that's the most physical game they're going to probably be involved with all year. It's a tough, hard-nosed, hard-playing team, and great job on the glass, but we figured out a way to get a win.
I'll have more in a moment.
When it comes to your business IT solutions, smarter is better. Meet the authority from C-Spire. Our team of super specialized engineers partner with businesses of all sizes, taking on their toughest IT challenges while finding new opportunities. Connectivity, data security, cloud services, you name the tech, we have a specialist for it. C-Spire Business. Win with authority. Your partners in IT. Every size business deserves top-tier IT solutions. Visit cspire.com/business.
Here's more from Coach Oates.
We want to play tough games like this. This win's going to go a long ways, and it was a hard-fought win. It's a big win for the program.
Crimson Tide Today is brought to you by C-Spire. Crimson Tide Today is a production of the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
WTUG HD2 Northport and W265CG Tuscaloosa. Tide 100.9 and streaming on the Tide 100.9 app.
Touchdown. That championship trophy is headed back to Tuscaloosa. Now 15 dominating with this defense. Richardson breaks free on the sideline. End zone. How about that? You saw the Gatorade shower this time. I love it. Clippers wide open. Tide rolling again. Alabama again, the champions of college football. The roots are kicker and will not be caught. Touchdown, great. Alabama back on top. Fires to the end zone. Touchdown! Alabama wins. The Crimson Tide will not be denied. Devontae Smith cannot be stopped. Saban with his 7th national championship. National championship number 18. 13 in all. Absolute perfection.
Jay Barker led the Crimson Tide to a national championship in 1992. Winner of the Johnny Unitas Golden Arm Award and a finalist in New York for the Heisman Trophy. Voted the SEC Player of the Year. Drafted by the Green Bay Packers, seeing time with the New England Patriots and the Carolina Panthers. The winningest quarterback in Alabama history with the record of 35-2-1. Member of the Alabama Sports Hall of Fame. Jay Barker brings that same championship quality and football expertise to his own radio network and show. Joining him is University of Alabama professor Lars Anderson, who is also a New York Times best-selling author and a 20-year veteran of Sports Illustrated. Live from the AVX studios in downtown Birmingham, The Jay Barker Show.
Bryce, from the day you stepped foot on campus, we knew you were different. Sure, people had their doubts. Too small, too skinny. They said the same thing about me. But here you are. I remember 2020. You waited your turn. You developed. You bought into the process. Some people might have forgotten the first touchdown pass at Alabama. Little did they know that pass from one Heisman winner to another. When the world panics and the deck is stacked against you, you just smile. When your back's against the wall, you fight your way out. When people ask, what's Bryce Young's Heisman moment? You answer with 97 yards in 1 minute and 35 seconds. In the corner, got it! Touchdown, Alabama! Everyone doubts you again. And once again, magic. But when everyone else doubted, we believed. So from the entire Alabama family, we just want to say thank you and welcome to the Heisman Brotherhood.
welcome in back-to-back Heisman Trophy winners, and Bryce Young going to get done for 2021. Last year, Devontae Smith. Smitty, you just heard him talking to Bryce, and what a great writing letter to him, and congratulating him on being a part of the fraternity, and more importantly, winning the Heisman Trophy for this 2021 season, and putting up big numbers, and what a great presentation, speech at the end as well, and a great representative of the University of Alabama. We are presented by Top Golf of Birmingham. Get out to Top Golf. You'll absolutely love it. Look, if you've never experienced this, the laughing at somebody's shot, enjoying a night together with coworkers, family, friends, or watching the good shots go, the great food, and all the great stuff that you'll find at Top Golf of Birmingham, you need to go experience it and see it for yourself. Get out to Top Golf of Birmingham, see Mark Grenier and all the great folks there. And also Sunny King Ford. That's who we're driven by. Sunny King Ford on the sunny side of the street up in Oxford and Anniston, Alabama. And go see Tony Russ and all the great folks at Sunny King Ford. We got Lars out in Lincoln, Nebraska, and Matt Coulter with me in the studio here live at AVX, Audio Video Excellence, as we got a lot to break down. A big win for Alabama over Houston this past weekend. Wow, what an ending to that game. We'll talk about that, and also the Bryce Young again winning the Heisman, and so much more as we look ahead to the 14 playoff and the other bowl games and matchups coming up here in the near future. But Matt, hope you're doing well in the studio. We got Lincoln, Nebraska. Almost at Lincoln. We got Lars, his son.
His son.
Yeah.
In Lincoln. Actually, I think he's in Omaha.
Oh,
hey, guys,
Omaha.
Before we do a dive, because we got a lot of stuff to talk about, if I can just grab the mic here and just send my prayers and just comment on the devastation that took place, not just in Kentucky, throughout the Midwest. I was reading just a minute ago, 50,000 power outages in Michigan.
Yeah, Missouri got hit bad.
Missouri, Arkansas with a nursing home. I got up and saw that on Saturday morning, and I literally I teared up. We in Alabama can unfortunately identify with this, but I don't know if I've ever seen one like this, one that stayed on the ground for 200 miles, the magnitude and the destruction. So I know you guys all follow suit here, but let's just start the show with prayers to all of those affected by those horrific tornadoes Friday night.
No doubt about it.
Yeah, well said.
I do too all the time.
Should listen to Peyton Manning. Huh?
Omaha Heisman Trophy winner Bryce.
All right, I didn't. Okay, yeah, there we go. Let's go to Lars. Welcome, Lars. How are you, my man?
Doing great. And Matt, that was very well put. Tragically, yes, all of us in Alabama can certainly identify with the people of the Midwest, and especially in Kentucky. This is one of the all-time worst tornadoes that we've ever seen, and it's going to change a lot of people's lives for a long time. Some will be changed irreparably, but so just making the awkward transition to Bryce Young. All night he was just so graceful, and I thought too his dad was especially eloquent. Matt and I were talking about this earlier. He told his dad was asked during the ESPN telecast, what's been the key to your son? And this is the direct quote. It's really about belief in yourself, and it's about belief in your preparation and your abilities, and not allowing people to write your story and to dictate your life to you, and to taking control of your destiny and just being the best person you can be. And I think he personifies that. I mean, this is the sort of height of eloquence, and it's like I couldn't have written it any better. And for Bryce to have such two strong paternal figures, his mom and dad with him, and his dad working with Bryce on sort of the psychological aspect of sports and of just reaching your potential, both I think on the field and in the classroom and in other phases of his life, is pretty cool to see. And I know it's gotten a lot of attention, Bryce saying, hey, people have doubted me my whole life. I'm too small, to this, to that. I mean, you look at Bryce and just standing next to the other players there, and he just looks so small, looks like a little kid. But then you see the highlights of him, and he's throwing the ball, 63 yards and hitting receivers 63 yards in the air, 64 and hitting receivers in stride. It is just uncanny how special he is. And what's, I think, especially what Alabama fans have to look forward to, especially, is that you get him another year. And I don't know if he's even reached the ceiling of what he's capable of, Jay.
Yeah, and I think you bring a good point about his dad, and I'll ask both of you guys kind of like how you perceive it. I mean, we've all been dads, we've had fathers, and it's always that fine line between, are you going to coach them up? Do you talk to them after a game about the game? Do you talk to them more about life? Do you just encourage them? And, I think it's a mixture of all that stuff together, and it can be psychologically very helpful, and it can also be very damaging for a young athlete. And his dad seemed to have that ability to really keep him working hard and understanding what he needed to do to be successful, but also never put his value on only that success on the field and his only value as a football player and athlete. And I'd say my dad was wonderful in that. He was a psychology minor, and he loved psychology. He always gave me books to read, always gave me tapes to listen to from the time I was young all the way through. And he loved the quotes that Coach Bryant would have, or other great coaches. He'd always bring those to me, and me to read a book or read a magazine about a particular article about a player. And it was more about developing the mindset, more about developing that, and also being believers. I mean, he was very much in the Word and teaching me that, and saying, look, your value is based on more than what's here, based on more than just being a football player or being a basketball player. It's about being a good human being, about, number one, serving Christ, and all these things that you can tell that Bryce's parents, his dad, being a psychologist or being a therapist, I guess, right, or a kind of a coach or whatever he does, you can tell that he's really impacted his son in a huge way. And Bryce plays, Matt, with I think a lot of I guess just he's relaxed.
He's so confident.
He's so confident. Yeah.
So,
yeah.
One thing that I still marvel to this very day about my parents, and particularly my dad, because he was the disciplinarian, but it's not coaching me up, not always being, but allowing me to fail and not pick me up. It's one of the most important things I think you as a father and a parent need to know. They got to pick themselves up every once in a while. And I sense that while he probably didn't have to do it very often, that Craig Young did that. And then there's no doubt, just as you mentioned with your father, that he's a psychologist at a school. Is that correct?
I think that's right. Yeah.
But I have no doubt that played a great role in his ability as a father.
Mm-hmm.
And there were two quotes he said. Lars just read one. There was another one at the very end of their little talk that I just went, wow, what a great dad. What a great person. And as I told Lars earlier, I mean, it was scripted and they walked it out. I mean, it was amazing on all fronts.
Hey, Lars, and I didn't mean to cut you off.
No.
Lars, there was an article written about Bryce and his father, and I think you and I talked about this a while back. I can't remember if his dad was coaching him at one time and finally said, I can't do this anymore. I've got to step away from it. And he kind of had a discussion with his mom, I think, too, and just realized that, hey, the best thing for him emotionally, psychologically, everything is going to be for me to kind of help him in that end of it, let other guys coach him on the field, and let them, whether it be through one-on-one sessions or his youth coaches and even his middle school and high school coach. Remember that? I think we talked about that.
Yeah.
He had that little struggle as a father is to let go.
His dad, he strikes me as a really wise man, right? And I've never met him, never talked to him, but I believe, if I remember correctly, he was concerned that he was becoming kind of a helicopter parent, and that he was just sort of too involved, I think, on the football side. And so he made a conscious decision to really focus on the psychology of sports and psychology of maximizing your potential and being calm and it's almost like Jay, we had these same discussions about Mac Jones and the different exercises he would do. I believe his breathing exercises, right, to calm down, just to always and to stay in the moment. And with Bryce, his facial expression never changes, his demeanor never changes, And that, I think, is a reflection of his dad. And I loved one quote I heard that Bryce also was a really good basketball player growing up. Shocker. But his dad but his dad said, if you're the best player in the gym, you need to go to another gym, right? You always need to be challenging yourself. And in a way, that quote is sort of a microcosm of why Bryce went to Alabama. He knew he wasn't probably going to be starting right away. He could have gone to virtually any school in the country and started as a true freshman. But what does he do? He chooses to go to a quarterback room that has been full of talent the last few years. He knows more 5-stars are coming in, and he is not afraid of the competition. And those are the kind of players, Jay, that Coach Saban wants. And it's the kind of players that fill the roster at Alabama.
Yeah, and I think too, and I know we've all talked about this before, the difference in today's youth, like the difference in how you have to kind of do things a little bit differently at times. It's not really so much even, it's more our fault and more the system of, whether it's school and all that, the way that they've been disciplined we were disciplined totally different. I mean, a play date for us was at 8 o'clock in the morning, your mom said, go outside and play.
Exactly.
It was we got together and planned things up. We drank out of a water hose, that was what we got to drink. You didn't eat and, get snacks after a ball game. You didn't get orange slices. You didn't get just all the stuff that, and it's not their fault. The adults did it. And, but to see a young man like him and others, not just him, but others, not only on Alabama's team, but throughout the country that are I think this generation changing back a little bit different in some aspects than maybe some of the ones before that. But I love seeing his character and the way they handled himself the other night. All right, we'll continue more to come on the Heisman, and also we'll get into some of the bowl games as well. And we want to continue talking about you out there that are watching us on BamaInsider YouTube. Please continue to watch that every day, noon to 2 o'clock. Also, you can like, subscribe, and share. Also on the BamaInsider Facebook page as well. We're live noon to 2 each weekday. You can hear us throughout the Jay Barker Radio Network. And again, that's all throughout Alabama on the Gulf Coast as well. So listen in or view us every single day. All right, we'll be back live from AVX.
You're listening to The Jay Barker Show, live from the AVX studios in downtown Birmingham.
Hey, it's Jacob Harrison, host of Off the Edge on Tide 100.9, wishing you and yours a happy holidays, Merry Christmas, and a Happy New Year. Roll Tide.
You know when you order a new video game, or a golf club, or a blender, and then it arrives at your door, you get a little thrill. Imagine how much more thrilling it is when you order a new car. With Nissan at Home, you can shop for the perfect ride and order it without ever having to go anywhere. Sure beats a golf club or a blender. Buy a new car entirely online with Nissan at Home. Delivered direct from dealer to driveway. Thrill starts here. Services may vary at participating dealers, subject to applicable law. See dealer for details.
Long live tradition. Long live Saturday nights at the rodeo and Sunday mornings in church. Today's cowboy fight to keep the Western traditions alive. For decades, Wrangler has adapted to provide cowboys the clothes they need to protect their changing lifestyles. From cowboy cut to premium patch to 31 relax, Wrangler is the true choice for cowboys. So head to Urban's Boots and Western Wear in Northport or on Skyline Boulevard in Tuscaloosa and find something from the Wrangler Cowboy Cut collection today. Long live Cowboys.
If you're drowning in IRS debt and can't afford to pay, then you need to take advantage of special IRS tax programs that are available and free yourself from IRS collection efforts once and for all. Due to the financial hardship consumers are facing throughout the country, the Internal Revenue Service has made it easier to settle delinquent tax problems. An open phone line has been established by Community Tax for consumers to call and see if they qualify. Take down this number or store it in your cell phone, but call the Community Tax Helpline at 800-342-4301. If you owe back taxes to the IRS and cannot afford to pay them back, or even if you have years of unfiled tax returns, there's no need to fear anymore. But you have to call the Community Tax Helpline today at 800-342-4301 for the help that you need. Don't take on the IRS alone. They can attack your wages, savings, pension, home, and even your Social Security check. Call 800-342-4301 for your free consultation and to see if you qualify. That's 800-342-4301.
You know what happens in a plasma chamber?
Big stuff.
science stuff.
Diamonds. I'm Tom Osmond. Fincher and Osmond Jewelers carries artisan-created diamonds.
Earth and human safe.
And bigger. Lots bigger.
Fincher and Osmond diamonds from the mines or artisan-created diamonds.
They're all diamonds.
If you want to give her the big stuff, you've got to see these diamonds.
FincherandOsmond.com. A little tricky to find on McFarland Boulevard between Edgar's and Local Roots.
We're going to need to fire up the plow. The big one.
Forecast is 6 feet of snow and 66 new customers for Trent Snow Service.
Hey, Terry.
She needs more drivers before business melts away.
What do you mean Dee can't drive? I thought he was certified.
Indeed can help her hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Instant Match instantly connects you with quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your sponsored job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Holiday season in Tuscaloosa. It's time to cheer on the Crimson Tide. Another home team you can get behind is BMW of Tuscaloosa. This Christmas, consider the gift of a lifetime. An immaculate state-of-the-art BMW. Their starting lineup of 2022 BMWs is stacked with all-stars, including 7 sports activity vehicles, each crafted to balance dynamic power, spacious interior, and impeccable design in ways only BMW can. Visit BMWofTuscaloosa.com or stop by to get to know your hometown BMW team.
Tide 100.9 Tuscaloosa weather.
A very pleasant afternoon with a sunny sky, the high today 64. Clear tonight with a low at 45. Tomorrow, a sunny day, the high 69. Wednesday and Thursday, partially sunny both days, highs between 71 and 74. I'm James Spann of the ABC 3340 Weather Center on Tide 100.9. It's 60 degrees in Tuscaloosa.
And the winners will tell you this: keep pursuing your dreams, reach for greatness every day, and be the best teammate. Keep working hard in the classroom and on the field, and always stay positive. You never know what you're capable of achieving. To this year's winner, you're about to become a member of the most elite athletic fraternity in the world. And your name will forever be associated with the legacy of being a Heisman Trophy winner. Mike, it's time for history to be made. The winner of the 2021 Heisman Memorial Trophy is Bryce Young.
Welcome back in, hour number 1, and the Monday after the Heisman Trophy presentation, and also a big win for Alabama basketball. Nate Oates over Houston this weekend as well, and we'll get into some other games and highlights, as well as looking ahead to some of the bowls coming up. UAB goes to Shreveport this weekend as well, and they'll face BYU. And I think actually Harrison's going to get up against a BYU player in the Madden Challenge. He was telling me last night.
That's great.
He said, we got a Madden Challenge. They told me I got to be the one. I'm like, wait a minute, I didn't think you played video games that much. You start playing them more? He's like, yeah, a little bit more.
I guess so. He's going to have
in college,
a pregame match with BYU.
Yeah, no doubt. All right. Again, back-to-back Heisman Trophy winners for Alabama. That in itself is just astounding. And I was talking to Bryce about this weekend, guys. I said, I mean, imagine you've had 2 first-rounders. You've had a second-rounder. Bryce would probably be a first-rounder, but you also played with 2 Heisman Trophy winners. I mean, how many people can say that you've played with 2 Heisman Trophy winners and potentially may have played with a guy that wins it back-to-back? We haven't seen that done in a long, long time, but Bryce will definitely have a shot at it next year as he comes back for his junior season. Now, also the thing about that and I think we were talking about it yesterday, and I think I'm right on this, because of COVID, he's really still a freshman. He's listed as a sophomore. He still has that year, right? So he could play 2 more years, or he really has 4 more.
Let's
it's
get
crazy.
more NIL for
right.
Bryce Young.
Exactly. So pretty exciting for him. And again, congratulations to him, but also to his family, Coach Saban, the team, the players, the coaches around him, Bill O'Brien, that offensive line. You got to give them a ton of credit, even though I know they had a rough year at times. They really, that last game especially, that drive in the fourth quarter and in overtime against Auburn, the running backs. I mean, you got to give all the high school coaches, people in his life, his parents and family especially. And we actually had his aunt responding to us on Saturday night. We were live on BamaInsider, and she was messaging in and saying, she was so proud of her nephew and what he'd accomplished as being the fourth Heisman Trophy winner, the first Alabama quarterback in Alabama history. But let's real quick. Any more thoughts on the Heisman before we talk a little bit Alabama basketball? Lars, anything else?
Yeah, is Alabama now quarterback you, Jay? Given the fact that you got 3 starters in the NFL, and you got the kid who's probably going to be, at least according to Mel Kiper, who I trust, number 1 overall pick in 2023. And again, it's just exciting because for Alabama fans, because next year, not only will you have the top offensive returning player in the country in Bryce Young, you're going to have the top defensive player in the country returning in Will Anderson, and two good cornerstones to build on. And Jay, I mentioned this to Matt earlier. It's like this is the golden era of the Roman Empire, even though Caesar is aging. And it's like Caesar doesn't seem to be getting too, he's still got his game, meaning Nick Saban in this metaphor. And it's just incredible what Alabama's been able to do, back-to-back Heisman winners. We knew that Bryce, the expectation was that Bryce Young was going to be a contender all season long. But really, Jay, I think the defining weekend was at the Iron Bowl, and also, first in 97. We've talked about that. But also the most watched college football game this year was Ohio State, Michigan. And that was C.J. Stroud's chance to really to seal the deal. He was the leading Heisman contender at that point. And then he goes into Ann Arbor, Michigan. It's snowing. He's a California kid. I don't even know if he'd ever even practiced in snow. I'm sure he never played in snow, and just didn't perform very well. And I think that's why he dropped a 3 in the final tally, coming behind the Michigan defensive end. But with what Alabama has coming back next year, yes, the wide receivers are going to be young. Fully expect Jamison Williams to leave for the NFL draft, but the talent is there. I mean, it's 5-star, 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 right? It's very hard to repeat. Obviously, it's only been done once by Archie Griffin back in the mid 70s. But if barring injury, you got to figure that Alabama is going to be in the mix again next year. Their defense is going to be a year better. Some of those young offensive linemen will have a chance to mature physically and also just know the playbook better. You would just assume that the Alabama team is going to be better next year than they are this year. If you're the quarterback of the best team in the country, you're going to have a shot at winning the Heisman Trophy. Sorry for being so long-winded, but Matt, your final thoughts on Bryce Young.
On Bryce Young, I want to kind of expand it and go to the presentation a little bit. And first of all, spit out your gum. Who was it that was chewing gum? Was it Stroud?
Stroud.
Was he just chewing gum?
Yeah.
And also, I think the people that did the little visit to the Christmas tree at Rockefeller Center Plaza, they were showing them look up there, and C.J. Stroud looked up and said, "Is that real?" And I went, whoa, I think they should have edited that out. But yeah, I also think that the stuffiness of the downtown athletic center was replaced by a maybe more than open atmosphere at the Lincoln Center, because you could see the traffic behind them and stuff like that, which is just, a little bit distracting, but the openness and the lights and everything.
Kind of like behind me right now.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly. Just like our studio.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Except they were coming straight on them in New York downtown traffic at 7, 8 o'clock at night. But I thought
take that down, Josh. If you don't mind.
Presentation. I thought the presentation was extraordinary, and not that the others have been subpar, but I just think of what they did, the presentation. Chris did an exceptional job, as he always does. The pre-presentation interviews with the players and their families all were fabulous, and you walked away thinking, well, I understand why he's a Heisman Trophy candidate from the character standpoint. So those things, and you mentioned Ohio State and Archie Griffin. That is one school that has gone back-to-back. Off the top of your head, can you name any others?
No. They've gone back-to-back?
It's gone back-to-back.
Schools have gone back-to-back, not players.
Yeah, not just – no, because it's never happened with the exception of Archie.
Yeah.
But
I'm going to say maybe – first of all, it's a trick question.
No, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 by my count.
Oh, wow.
What about I have not looked this up. Blanchard and Davis, Army.
Yeah, that's the Army. Yeah, inside outside.
So they won in back-to-back years, right?
Yes, they did. Yes. Then you mentioned Ohio State. That's Archie Griffin, who did it as a single for 2 years. Alabama just did it. OU did it 3 years ago.
That's
with
right.
Mayfield, and believe me, guys, I looked this up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not quit. And then very, very early, like the third year, right after Jay Burnwell, Yale had to. So it is a rare occurrence, and nobody has ever done it 3 years in a row.
So they got to break another record.
It seems to be the norm.
Yeah, no doubt. All right, let's take a quick break. We'll come back and continue live from AVX. And remember, just continue to put your comments. We'll get to those as well. On the other side, I want to get into some basketball. Coach Nate Oates, what a job they've done building this program the last few years. And, man, what a win against Houston. Really good basketball team. Their defense matching ours up and down the court. The pace of that game was just unbelievable. But some of the shots there at the end, clutch dunk off a rebound, and also the questionable as far as was it knocked away. We'll give you our thoughts on that as well there at the end of the game against Houston for Nate Oates and Alabama Crimson Tide. Big win there at Coleman Coliseum to get the Heisman win, and the win for basketball was big. All right, we'll continue live from AVX. Stay with us. We'll be back.
You're listening to The Jay Barker Show, live from the AVX studios in downtown Birmingham.
1 in 7 men will face prostate cancer. Nearly 500 new cases are diagnosed every day in the U.S. Traditional treatments can cause erectile dysfunction and urinary incontinence. But now there's a new option, high-intensity focused ultrasound, or HIFU.
Men who are really looking for an option that really preserves their urinary and sexual function are great candidates for HIFU treatment.
Preserve your quality of life. Call 866-4-VITURO or visit VituroHealth.com.
Hi, it's Jay Barker for AVX, Audio Video Excellence. They are the premier provider for custom audio-visual design and installation in the Southeast. AVX seeks excellence in everything it does, including a superior employee experience. AVX offers employees an industry-leading salary, insurance benefits, and 401k options. AVX technicians also receive the highest level of certification and continue training, making it one of the most awarded and decorated companies in the industry. Career opportunities are available now for technicians in Birmingham and Santa Rosa Beach, Florida. Join the AVX team by contacting them at avxinc.com.
Hi, this is Wes McClooney, owner of the New Balance Birmingham store. If you're average and you're looking for a new pair of running or walking shoes, I suggest you go to an average shoe store, where they'll sell you a pair of average shoes built for the average person with average size feet. But here's the thing, you're not average. No one is. We all exercise differently. We run differently. We walk differently. And our feet come in all sorts of widths and lengths. That's why at the New Balance Birmingham store, we employ fit specialists who will conduct an in-depth analysis of your foot's size and shape along with your gait, and then determine the best New Balance shoes custom fit to you. because New Balance isn't your average shoe, and you're not average either. Experience the difference an unaverage custom fit makes today at the New Balance Birmingham store on Highway 280 next to Chick-fil-A. New Balance Birmingham, your feet will thank you.
Hi, it's Jay Barker. I want to tell you about my good friends Craig and Keith at Birmingham Broker. Go online at bhambroker.com. That's bhambroker.com or 205-716-1269. Got 7 kids, man, and we had to sell a lot of cars. And these guys are looking for a lot of inventory. They helped us with all the hassle. No stress for us. They did the process as far as the sales and everything. Handled it all the way through. White glove type service. You'll love it. Again, it's bhambroker.com. Sell your car through bhambroker.com or 205-716-1269. Hi, it's Jay Barker for Siebel's in downtown Homewood, and now's the time to get your special place ready. Come in and let Siebel's design your porch with Kingsley Bait outdoor furniture and one of their custom swinging beds. For the great room, you're going to need their Carson swivel recliner. Siebel's is the #1 Carson recliner dealer in the country, and Sarah and I, we've got one, and we absolutely love it. Be sure also to check out their famous custom-made beds and bunk beds built by Siebel's and made up with some of their best linens in town. Their staff can truly put your bed together like no other store. You can also follow Siebel's and shop on Instagram and Facebook. And be sure to call or go by their special store in downtown Homewood. The number is 800-448-1962. That's 800-448-1962. And just for listening, go to SiebelsCottage.com and order anything you want and type in Jay Barker for a special discount code. That's Jay Barker for a special discount code available only to our listeners for a limited time on The Jay Barker Show. Siebel's in downtown Homewood or online at SiebelsCottage.com.
It's Antonio Langham here to tell you about the easiest way to buy your tickets to your next high school game. Have you ever had to wait in line to buy a high school ticket or stop to get cash on the way to the game? There has to be a better way. There is. It's called GoFan. Check out GoFan.co the next time you need a ticket for a high school game. GoFan is easy, fast, and completely secure. You can buy tickets directly from your phone and just show the ticket at the gate. Download the GoFan app or visit GoFan.co now. That's GoFan. Letter C, letter O.
Concerned that Memphis had a higher block rate in the freshman class than Bediako, so Alabama loses some rim protection with him gone.
Shackelford knocks in a 3, and he gets knocked to the ground. Both teams 10 fouls, double bonus. Each will shoot 2. The shed. By Quinterly, reverse, no good. Offensive rebound and a foul. Give that to Carlton, and they go in the game.
Kind of Robert Parrish type release,
like that,
wasn't
yeah.
it? Yeah, very
Well,
much
certainly
so like
with
Robert
Arc
Parrish.
shot.
Yeah,
Shackelford
again.
set play, knocks down another one.
You know it's coming.
1 minute to go in the game, 10 on the shot clock. Sasser, long 3, got it! Wow! Woo. Marcus Sasser, 23. All right, he'll take it. Tough shot, rebound! J.D. Davison with a flush. And how about the freshman?
No ball screen, just let him go to work.
Loose ball, recovered, 3, 2, 1. Off the iron, tipped up, no good, out of bounds. Alabama will defend the home court. Kelvin Sampson is screaming if that was a goaltend, and the ball was still on the rim when Davison sent it away. He's looking for 2 points.
Man, it was a battle for the Crimson Tide, 83-82 over Houston. Big win for them. Alabama improves to 8-1, and Houston falls to 8-2. And you had the same starting 5: DeJuan Gary, Jaden Shackelford. Also, Quinterly was out there, Keon Ellis, and the freshman Charles Bediako, and the freshman 7-footer. Again, some really great dunks off of some passes there early on. But for Alabama, if you look at really, to me, like shooting, they were out shooting the Cougars 57% to 42% the break. And but here's the thing, the rebounding, offensive rebounding advantage. Houston took 17 more shots than Alabama did. Bama hitting 17 of 20 free throws, though, was great. And really, I think a lot of as to why they won the game because how well they shot from the free throw line. But they got to get those defensive rebounds. I'm sure Nate Oates is going to talk about that, blocking out. But Man, gosh, I can't remember the guy's name. The one guy for Houston, he was like Dennis Rodman in there. He could just find a way to get the ball.
Yeah, they had 21 offensive rebounds. Alabama had 27 total rebounds. And Nate Oates addressed it later. He said, we got to do something. But, well, no kidding. You do have to do something about that. I think you also have to give a lot of credit to Houston.
Mm-hmm.
But, again, and I seem to be Mr. Negative today. I don't mean that on purpose. But what Houston did after the game, knocking over a trash can and getting in people's faces, throwing – And Kelvin Sampson wasn't the one tossing or anything, but, that is his team. And Sasser – is the one that, was really unruly at times. I think, okay, I'm going overboard. They owe the University of Alabama Memorial Coliseum an apology. That was wrong. And by the way, the call, or in this case, the no call, Lars, it was perfectly accurate. The ball was off the rim when Davison slammed it back, slapped it out of the way.
And we may have lost it. Okay,
he just disappeared like one of those cars behind us.
Hey, I agree with you. And the ball was off the rim.
Yep.
Great play by him just to get it out of there, and great play before with the dunk off the rebound, just showing his athleticism and things that we saw him do in high school. We're now seeing him as he continues to get more and more comfortable playing at the speed it takes in college with the guys around him, and plus just the up-tempo that they play with. When they does. But Houston, you do have to give them a lot of credit for. A lot of credit. They played so well against Alabama. They're a good basketball team. Defensively, getting the rebounds as you talked about, but more importantly, just they have a competitiveness about them. They reminded me a lot of Alabama, just the way that they played the game, how they hustled, being able to get good shots and get the rebounds and stuff. Those offensive rebounds, though, Alabama's got to do better, not allowing that to happen to get those second or third shots that Houston was able to get.
It was Roberts, a forward, that had 9 offensive rebounds, and it seemed like that in the last 5 minutes of the game he had 7 of them, because every time Alabama or Houston had the ball and put it up, boom, he came down with a rebound. So it's good times for Alabama athletics. There's no question about it, and Nate Oates is going to shore up what happened. One more note on Davison. He is an absolute true freshman. But his basketball IQ, how many people think to wait for that ball to come off the rim, know how much time is left on the clock, and know all you got to do is just swat it out of bounds? And that's exactly what they did, much to the chagrin of the Cougars. That's the second or third time I have seen him late in the game anticipate a bounce of a ball like he did. That's NBA stuff.
It is.
Yep. The slam he had late that you were just talking about.
The way he elevated. Crazy.
And just jammed it back home. But so far, he's been the most exciting freshman I've seen in basketball at Alabama and maybe nationally in a long time.
Pretty good thing, or pretty interesting for Alabama. The Tide has now beaten, Matt, 2 of the last year's Final Four teams in consecutive games. For the first time since 2015-2016, Bama beat 2 ranked teams in back-to-back games, and this was the first top 15 matchup in Coleman since 2007. For the third time this season, only the 4th in Oates' 3 years, the Tide took less than 20 three-point shots. So, you look at what they're doing, how they're winning, and the teams they're beating. This is going to bode well for them when it comes to tournament time. If they do well in the SEC, have a good year, and they're going to look back on these wins, how they won them, whether it be at neutral sites or on the road or at home against a Houston team. Alabama now takes on another really talented team, Memphis Tigers, coming up the game Tuesday night at 8 p.m. on ESPN. And I think that's 8 p.m. Central.
What a schedule.
It is.
They'll be ready for the SEC, but they better, because I've watched a little bit of some of these other teams. Auburn is very good. LSU hasn't lost a game yet. So Wade's got him playing pretty well. Bruce Pearl, Tennessee, and Kentucky's always going to be pretty good. So we'll see. They can make it through the SEC and grab another 2 slot. I think that would be awesome.
One of our great sponsors, Fully Promoted. You hear me talk about them all the time. And if you're a business and if you're looking to try to improve your brand and want somebody to help you tell your story and the way that they tell the story or how you want to tell it through your logos, through your branding, through your marketing, through just the story that you want to tell through the wording, they can help you do that. Fully Promoted offers extensive branding marketing solutions to get your name in front of your potential customers. The local experts specialize, and again, in putting the logos, your story, your brand on apparel, hats, team gear, any type of trade show materials you might have, and printed materials as well, and others. So they provide access to samples you can actually touch and feel to get that personalized service. They also help assist you with product selection and decoration methods. It's going to take your product and brand to the next level. So call Fully Promoted today at 205-406-6430. Mention that you heard this ad on the Jay Barker Show for that special offer discount. 205-406-6430. Are you fully promoted?
Never seen a coach go from grad assistant to head coach of a power and a powerful 5 conference team in my life is what happened this weekend. We'll update you on that on the other side of this break. You're listening to the Jay Barker Show.
You're listening to the Jay Barker Show, live from the AVX studios in downtown Birmingham.
Hello, this is Charmaine Hawks, Accounts Manager for Town Square Media. I want to wish you and your family a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Now let's bring on 2022.
If you're drowning in IRS debt and can't afford to pay, then you need to take advantage of special IRS tax programs that are available and free yourself from IRS collection efforts once and for all. Due to the financial hardship consumers are facing throughout the country, the Internal Revenue Service has made it easier to settle delinquent tax problems. An open phone line has been established by Community Tax for consumers to call and see if they qualify. Take down this number or store it in your cell phone, but call the Community Tax Helpline at 800-342-4301. If you owe back taxes to the IRS and cannot afford to pay them back, or even if you have years of unfiled tax returns, there's no need to fear anymore. But you have to call the Community Tax Helpline today at 800-342-4301 for the help that you need. Don't take on the IRS alone. They can attack your wages, savings, pension, home, and even your Social Security check. Call 800-342-4301 for your free consultation and to see if you qualify. That's 800-342-4301.
High prices don't get you a great network. A great network gets you a great network. It's why Total Wireless runs on the largest, most dependable network with nationwide 5G. And now our totally unlimited plan is just $50 a month for talk, text, and high-speed data that never run out. Get unlimited laughing, scrolling, unlimited everything. Total Wireless. Do amazing. Available at Total Wireless stores. Capable device and SIM required. Actual availability, coverage, and speed may vary. Total Wireless reserves the right to review your account after 60 gigs. Terms and conditions at totalwireless.com/terms.
What if you could find gifts inspired by stories instead of stuff? At QVC and HSN, you can. Like perhaps there was this 4-year-old sous chef, Sue to his grandma Maud, who concocted the best cottage pie. And later, when sous chef became master chef, Maud became his first restaurant and the inspiration for the Curtis Stone collection. And imagine the stories a pan from that collection can spark when gifted to just the right chef. QVC and HSN. This is shopping brought to life.
Be sure to join the University of Alabama's Black Faculty and Staff Association for their scholarship ball on Saturday evening, February 5th from 6 to 10. This funding opportunity aids BFSA in awarding scholarships, funding student center programming, and more. Each ticket purchase covers parking, admission, entertainment, dinner, and one specialty drink ticket. There will be an on-site cash bar as well. Tickets can be purchased now through their website at bfsa.ua.edu/Eventbrite. That's bfsa.ua.edu/Eventbrite.
Ask big.
Have you seen our artisan-created diamonds? If you've been in a room with one, you can't miss it.
Tom Osmond from Fincher and Osmond.
It's a diamond like I've never seen.
He's seen a lot of diamonds.
Ask big.
At Fincher and Osmond, you can put artisan-created diamonds side by side with mined diamonds. When you see it.
More importantly, when she sees it.
FincherandOsmond.com.
McFarland Boulevard between Edgar's and Local Roots.
Ho, ho, ho!
Bob Baumhauer here, and Baumhauer's Victory Grill is kicking off the holiday season right. From our always fresh buttermilk fried chicken tenders to our homemade Nana's chicken salad, and of course our world famous buffalo wings. We've got your holiday meals covered with our legendary party ready trays. And what's a holiday party without gifts? Now through December 24th, get a $5 bonus card with every $25 in gift cards purchased. Plus, our signature sauces make great stocking stuffers too. Merry Christmas.
Tide 100.9 Tuscaloosa weather.
A very pleasant afternoon with a sunny sky. The high today 64. Here tonight with a low at 45. Tomorrow, a sunny day, the high 69. Wednesday and Thursday, partially sunny both days. Highs between 71 and 74. I'm James Spann on the ABC 3340 Weather Center on Tide 100.9. It's 60 degrees in Tuscaloosa.
All we talked about for a week was rebounding. We might lose the game on a rebound. Now both of our centers had fouled out. They didn't do a very good job rebounding themselves, but you kind of undersized what you want in there. Juwan tried to fight, didn't come up with it. That guy his man kept it alive, and somebody else came in. JD didn't come up with the rebound, but he came up with a big play at their end with a block. It's kind of reminiscent of LSU in the SEC championship when we forced them to miss at the end, and we missed a checkout and they missed a tip in. So we got, it comes down to a defensive rebounding game a lot of times in those last few seconds where you secure a rebound. So we got to do a better job. We should have got the first rebound on that, but they had 21 offensive rebounds. They had our analytics company has them for 51% offensive rebounding rate. They got more there. I guess this is, I don't know how that came up, but must have been free throws don't count. And we had 27 defensive rebounds. They had 21 offensive rebounds. They're getting almost as many of their misses as we're getting.
All right, welcome back in as we continue live from AVX here on this Monday edition after the Heisman. Also, big win for the Crimson Tide. And we're showing up there on the screen, and I always do this right when he takes it down.
Sure
I'm always too late. I'm a second behind, or second behind Josh there, but he's got it up. Blue collar basketball, but they were there pregame and getting ready for seeing the Heisman Trophy presentation. I mean, that was so cool, seeing all the students there going nuts. Watching Bryce win it, and what a job Coach, again, Natos has done for this team and stuff. Also, one of the big stories around college football right now is we've seen Brent Venables taking over as the Oklahoma job. He is able to get quarterback Nick Evers, the quarterback ESPN 300 coming out there, and also Sark ends up getting the kid from Ohio State.
Yeah.
That ends up
the one that signed all the NILs in advance.
Ewers, Ewers. He is Quinn Ewers, and he is now joining Texas football as a transfer quarterback and has 4 years of eligibility left to play. So number one is five-star quarterback, number one single caller back in the 2022 class, originally committed to Texas in high school before the Longhorns hired Coach Tom Herman last January. So Ewers backed off his commitment and eventually flipped to Ohio State. He then reclassified 2021 class to enroll a year earlier at Ohio State to capitalize on a few name and image likeness deals, which he did. They were presented to him as a high school to Texas, which I think you're going to have to get to where, maybe I'm wrong, but we said this when this came out. If you're going to do it in college, how do you restrict it in high school? And if you restrict in high school, you're going to get guys that reclassify or sit out in order to make the money off of the NIL deals. And I just don't see how you stop it from happening once this snowball has kind of been going downhill since then, and I think it's going to continue to get bigger. It's really going to be interesting to see how much Bryce makes off this Heisman. As far as, and I don't know if we'll get the details, but I think we're going to see more. I mean, you got to think you're going to see him on the Heisman house
on Nissan,
Nissan, and some other bigger deals that he can sign nationally. That probably not that he couldn't as Alabama quarterback, but now as a Heisman Trophy winner that goes forever. I mean, that's something that lives with you for the rest of your life. So a lot more opportunities going to come his way.
Well, I'm thinking, and I don't know why I'm thinking he could make $2 to $3 million next year. He made almost $1 million I think the final number was 800,000, but with a Heisman Trophy added to his resume, I think you can add another $1 million or $2 million on to that. And and now he has national, not that he really didn't before, what he's done on national television, but people know him all over the place. I guess they did before, as I just keep repeating myself. But his value is huge. Jay, another thing that surprised me over the weekend is when Oregon announced their new head coach. Now, I'm not meant to embarrass you or myself, but I went, who? Because I really didn't know. Then I looked up on it and went, okay, now it sounds somewhat familiar. But he was the defense coordinator at Georgia. And if you look at what Georgia's done over the last 3 years, particularly this past year, he's been remarkable. But Jay, he's 35. And here's the article I was reading from the Oregonian, which is obviously the newspaper out there. And Cole won't let me get off the site to read it to you. There we go. Although you're more than welcome to advertise. Lanning has no coaching experience, no ties to Oregon, and limited knowledge of the West Coast. I think he's a Midwest guy. He went to Pittsburgh for a while. I mean, he's had a couple of coffees, but he was 2015 a GA for guess who? Nick Saban.
Is that right? Wow. So you get that little Nick Saban DNA. Yeah. I knew he was a GA at Pittsburgh too, right? I'm almost positive. Yeah.
But he's got a great resume, but it's just not very long.
So he was there 2015?
That's that's what this other article I saw indicated. But yes, he served as a grad assistant for Alabama in 2015, working not only for Nick Saban, but also Mario Cristobal. So his tie to Oregon is that he once was a GA for an assistant coach that's now was at Oregon.
Working through 35 years old, as you talked about, has been at Georgia since 2018 when he was hired as linebackers coach before being promoted to the defensive coordinator spot in 2019. And in 3 years that he has coached the Bulldogs defense, has had 2 top 10 units, including the best defense in the country this season. And again, he was a stops at Pittsburgh, graduate assistant, Arizona State recruiting coordinator. Sam Houston is defensive back coach and recruiting coordinator. Memphis is linebackers and recruiting coordinator. And then, as you said, a part of Nick Saban's 2015 graduate assistant. So pretty interesting. All right, we'll continue. Hour number 2 is coming up next. Stay with us.
Hi, this is Wes McClooney, owner of the New Balance Birmingham store. Achieving your personal best often comes down to how you feel. And when it comes to the right shoes, nothing feels better than New Balance. The fit specialists at the New Balance Birmingham store conduct an in-depth analysis of your foot size, shape, and gait, determining the best New Balance shoes for you. Experience the difference of custom fit today at the New Balance Birmingham store on Highway 280 next to Chick-fil-A. New Balance Birmingham, your feet will thank you.
1 in 7 men will face prostate cancer. Nearly 500 new cases are diagnosed every day in the U.S. Traditional treatments can cause erectile dysfunction and urinary incontinence. But now there's a new option, high-intensity focused ultrasound, or HIFU.
Men who are really looking for an option that really preserves their urinary and sexual function are great candidates for HIFU treatment.
Preserve your quality of life. Call 866-4-VITURO or visit VituroHealth.com.
I'm excited to tell you about our newest sponsor here on the Jay Barker Radio Network. They pioneered the chicken finger box and the chicken finger restaurant. That's Guthrie's. Guthrie's recipes and processes are often imitated, but never duplicated. Look, their sauce is probably the most copied sauce of all sauces all time. And I've known this family since my days down in Tuscaloosa, and they came over, and man, I tell you, it's nostalgic even today to see my kids going to that same Guthrie's. And great family, do so much for the community, but more importantly, provide the best when it comes to chicken fingers. Get out to Guthrie's today. I want to tell you about my good friends at Southern Assurance Group. Hi, it's Jay Barker, and look, Ken Needham has done a terrific job. Local company, 205-980-1505 is their number. That's 980-1505. Again, local, you can speak with the same team every time you give them a call. Full line of products from auto, home, boat, life. you'll trust them. They have a great deal as far as the relationships they build with their customers and 20 years with the same company and industry. Custom approach for your insurance needs. Give them a call, 980-1505. That is Southern Assurance Group.
Hi, it's Jay Barker. I want to tell you about my good friends Craig and Keith at Birmingham Broker. Go online at bhambroker.com. That's bhambroker.com or 205-716-1269. Got 7 kids, man, and we had to sell a lot of cars. And these guys are looking for a lot of inventory. They helped us with all the hassle. No stress for us. They did the process as far as the sales and everything. Handled it all the way through. White glove type service. You'll love it. Again, it's bhambroker.com. Sell your car through bhambroker.com or 205-716-1269.
Whether it's for lunch or dinner, head out to the Cajun Steamer. It's a New Orleans style joint that serves authentic Cajun and Creole food, cold beer, and great drinks. They are known for their wide array of Cajun classics and original creations prepared in an authentic fashion. This Louisiana kitchen can have you slapping the table for more. Stop by the Cajun Steamer and sign up for your Alabama, LSU, or Auburn fan card. Eat with the Cajun Steamer while your team is on TV and use your fan card to receive a 15% discount on your entire meal. With locations in Hoover, Trustful, Huntsville, and Franklin, Tennessee, they've got you covered. Head out today to the Cajun Steamer.
It's Antonio Langham here to tell you about the easiest way to buy your tickets to your next high school game. Have you ever had to wait in line to buy a high school ticket or stop to get cash on the way to the game? There has to be a better way. There is. It's called GoFan. Check out GoFan.co the next time you need a ticket for a high school game. GoFan is easy, fast, and completely secure. You can buy tickets directly from your phone and just show the ticket at the gate. Download the GoFan app or visit GoFan.co now. That's GoFan.O.
Following this summer's Tokyo Olympic Games, the eyes of the world will turn to Birmingham, Alabama, and the World Games 2022. Next July, the world will come together for the South's largest international sporting event since the 96 Centennial Olympic Games. 3,600 athletes will compete for gold in 34 sports, including lacrosse, softball, gymnastics, flag football, and more. Tickets are on sale now. Buy yours at twg2022.com.
WTUG HD2 Northport and W265CG Tuscaloosa. Tide 100.9 and streaming on the Tide 100.9 app.
Touchdown. That championship trophy is headed back to Tuscaloosa. Now 15 dominating with this defense. Richardson breaks free on the sideline. End zone. Oh, love that. You saw the Gatorade shower this time. I love it. Clippers wide open. Tide rolling again. Alabama again, the champions of college football. Eludes the kicker and will not be caught. Touchdown, Greg. Alabama back on top. Fires an end zone. Touchdown. Alabama wins. The Crimson Tide will not be denied. Devontae Smith cannot be stopped. Saban with his 7th national championship. National championship number 18. 13 in all. Absolute perfection.
Jay Barker led the Crimson Tide to a national championship in 1992. Winner of the Johnny Unitas Golden Arm Award and a finalist in New York for the Heisman Trophy. Voted the SEC Player of the Year. Drafted by the Green Bay Packers, seeing time with the New England Patriots and the Carolina Panthers. The winningest quarterback in Alabama history with the record of 35-2-1. Member of the Alabama Sports Hall of Fame. Jay Barker brings that same championship quality and football expertise to his own radio network and show. Joining him is University of Alabama professor Lars Anderson, who is also a New York Times best-selling author and a 20-year veteran of Sports Illustrated. Live from the AVX studios in downtown Birmingham, The Jay Barker Show.
As Archie Griffin said, you now have a new companion for life. It weighs 45 pounds, so be careful, but give it a lift, your new companion. And now the podium is yours.
Oh, this is amazing. First and foremost, I'd like to thank my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, Without him, I couldn't be here, and through him, all things are possible. I'd like to thank my dad, for always being there for me. From day one, you've always been by my side, always been a supporter, more than just a father, but a best friend to me. And for that, I'm eternally grateful. My mom for always having my back, always supporting me. It's not always easy. I'm always running around, not all the time. You understand it, but you always have my back. You always supported me, and for that, I'm forever grateful. I'd like to thank the rest of my family also, everyone out there that supported me. I'm super grateful. I'd like to thank my teammates, my O-line for protecting me, allowing me to win an award like this. My receivers, running backs, defense for giving me the ball back. Everyone on the team for, whenever you can win an award like this, goes as an individual award, but it's a team award because I couldn't do it without any of those guys. I'd like to thank Coach Saban. Thank you for believing in me. Thank you for your guidance and put me in situations to be successful and for us as a team to be successful. It really means a lot. I'd like to thank Coach O'Brien, my offensive coordinator. He's had a lot of success in the past, and he could have came in and just told me what to do and just said sit down and listen. But he always included me in decisions, always talked to me about stuff, and that means a lot to me as a quarterback, and always gave me a lot of confidence. I thank my high school coaches, Coach Rollo and Coach P. Meant a lot for me and believe in me at such a young age.
All right, welcome back in as we continue live from AVX here, hour number 2, and a weekend of Heisman, big win for Nate Oates, Alabama basketball. Some other news as far as the transfer portal we brought up, as far as some of the quarterbacks moving on, coaches landing, and other spots as that coaching carousel continues. We'll see more of that even in the assistants around the country. But the transfer portal, I can tell you right now, it's about to get really, really crowded for a lot of these players and these coaches. I mean, this is all in itself a whole new recruiting, a whole nother avenue. And a lot of guys will wait till that final bowl game is done. Some will do it before. Others have a longer to wait before they put their names in the transfer portal. So we'll continue to watch and see what happens over the next few weeks. But it does make it interesting. I know we talked the other day, and you were talking about Antonio on the break about how he said that this could be very damaging for college football over time. We've talked about that in NIL and what that means. We'll get into that here in just 1 second. Birmingham, get out and check it out. It's Top Golf at Birmingham. You'll love it. And your family, coworkers, friends, if you're having parties, birthdays, anniversaries, bachelor, bachelorette, charity events. They got a big room that you can do a ton of events in, as well as an outdoor terrace. It's great for events and bands and all types of stuff that you can do at Top Golf at Birmingham. Check it out for yourself. Also driven by Sunny King Ford on the sunny side of the street, Oxford, Anderson. Go see Tony Russell and all the great folks at Sunny King Ford.
Jay, I think that NCAA and member schools are going to have to get a lasso around the portal. It's out of control, and I would like to know a lot more about it just from protocol. And Lars, if you know this, please answer. But all right, Bo Nix put his name into the portal. Now, what's the next step? Does every college that really wants a seasoned quarterback pick up the phone and call him? Or does the student athlete call the universities or football programs that he's interested in? Do you have any idea how that works from the very start of entry into the portal?
I believe it just opens up the line of communication. If you put your name in the portal, you then have the ability to contact the school, and the school has the ability to contact you. As far as I know. Now, if you look at the numbers, and I don't have it right in front of me, but it's something like 81% of the players who enter the portal end up without a school. And so wow. Yeah, it's an astonishing number of kids who are losing their scholarships because they're not happy with their playing time at school A. But then turns out that they don't have a suitor, right? So, but that's obviously not going to be the case with Slovis, the quarterback at USC, who just put his name in the portal. It's not going to be the case with Bo Nix. Clearly, he's going to be highly sought after in the portal. But it's my understanding that once you, again, put your name there, it's that it allows everybody to freely communicate from both sides.
Y'all surprised? I know you guys had a chance to kind of discuss this earlier in your podcast, Matt, about Bo Nix, but I brought this up to you earlier that I'm really surprised being a legacy, a guy that grew up wanting to be at Auburn, play for Auburn, be the starting quarterback, became that, and now is going to transfer out, even though he has eligibility left to still play and not stay there and fight and compete and do the things that, I don't, maybe it's Harsin, maybe it's the offense, maybe it's things that maybe, behind the scenes we're not seeing, but that really surprised me when I saw, and I'd heard this. We talked about it, I think, Lars, 2 weeks ago, we were talking about the rumor that Bo was going to put his name into the transfer portal. There was a lot of talk about that. I never thought it would happen.
That's another question I'd like to ask on protocols. If a guy says, I want to, I'm going to, but hasn't, can another school contact him? Say, hey, Bo, I heard you're going to. I don't know if that's within the rules or not, but you're right. And Lars and I got to jump on this earlier today. He's the one that brought it up. He said, I just don't understand it. And I don't understand it. And unless it's more for the latter part of your statement, and maybe there's something we don't know about, maybe we'll find out about it. But transfer portal guys usually are not happy with their playing time. They don't like the coaching staff. They don't like the assistant coaching staff. I mean, they're the obvious reasons why they get. I don't see an obvious reason here. He was getting great playing time. He was the starter. Got a couple of bench times because he was playing poorly, but he was going to come back as the starter. And I think I get this right, the most experienced starter in the Southeastern Conference. So he's got all that going for him. He's got a head coach, Harsin, who I thought was working pretty well with Bo Nix. But then suddenly he's going somewhere else. And Lars, to you, I can't figure it out.
I can't either. I mean, I know that he has been the target of abuse of Auburn fans for the last 3 years. Even when, things kind of are going well, it's like he just hasn't lived up, I think, in some fans' mind to the 5-star savior that he was sort of portrayed to be, which was completely unfair to Bo. And now, Gus Malzahn essentially ran his dad's offense, right, when he was at Pinson Valley. And so it is a different offense. He wasn't recruited by Harsin. And I don't know. I think it probably is it's probably a multitude of factors that went into this, but it is surprising given that, the Patrick Nix his dad was a quarterback there, star quarterback, and Bo just a decade ago was sitting in the front row out in Phoenix watching Cam Newton and wearing a Auburn jersey, watching Cam Newton win the national championship. He grew up wanting to do one thing, and that was play quarterback at Auburn. And now that's all over with. But Jay, I don't know if you guys
does he end up at UCF?
It's a good question. I mean, I know. Look, I've already heard from my Nebraska sources that Scott Frost and company have contacted him, and that he would be a real interesting fit at Nebraska and that style offense. Now, would Bo want to leave the Southeast? Who knows? But I think he will have plenty of high-profile schools coming after him because he has been successful in the SEC and he has experience in this conference in the country. I mean, certainly, a school like Nebraska would welcome him with open arms.
With Nick's gone, with Bo gone, Auburn's most experienced quarterback, sophomore, former LSU transfer, TJ Finley. Finley finished 17 to 26, 137 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. That remember before overtime game, the 24-22 loss to Alabama there at the end of the year. But last month, I mean, I don't know. I mean, you got to go do what you got to do. I mean, that's the beauty of the transfer portal. It gives you that option. I just, as you talked about him wearing the jersey, his dad playing there, his love for Auburn, and now to be transferring out when he's been a starter there and a starter with Harsin, to me says that he doesn't feel like he's getting what he needs to get, maybe to get to the next level with Harsin right now, or there may be some friction behind the scenes that we just don't know about, or maybe he wants to go play for Malzahn again at UCF. Maybe he wants to move on and just get a different viewpoint or a different, I don't know. It really surprised me when I saw that he was going into the transfer portal based on the fact. Now, if he had never played,
yeah, I could get that.
Yeah, but he's been the starter. But he was the guy this past year.
3-year starter. Yeah. It's very baffling to me. Either way, transfer or not, he was going to have the misfortune of working under a third different offensive coordinator. So I think you can rule that out as a reason, although that's got to be very, very taxing. Because
the reason you rule that out is because he's going to anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
Transfer.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Either way, he's going to get a new OC. Yeah. This is kind of an on the edge question, but I don't think it helps him, but I don't know if it would be a reason. You got a guy across the state that's absolutely blowing everybody away, setting records. He just won the Heisman. That probably, I don't know, does it hurt? I know it doesn't help.
It certainly doesn't help because the two quarterbacks are always going to be compared in this state, and that comparison does not look too favorable right now on Bo Nix. And look, nobody would want to be compared to Bryce Young at this point, based on the season that he just had. But yeah, I mean, I think I bet Malzahn would love to have him at UCF. It is a head scratcher, guys. And even when we first got wind that this was a possibility, I thought it was a head scratcher. I mean, to me, out of everyone on that roster, Bo Nix would be like the last guy I would have thought that would transfer because he is sort of Mr. Auburn, quintessential Auburn legacy, and his dream school and the team that he grew up worshiping, and all he wanted to do was play quarterback for him. And now suddenly that's gone. I mean, to me, again, probably multiple factors, but something had to have happened. Okay, let's just put it that way. Something went down, whether or not it was a breakdown in a relationship, or was it Harsin saying, "Hey, intimating that maybe they're going to go in a different direction next year with TJ Finley, or one of the a recruit they have coming in, or if he said to Bo, "Hey, it's an open competition again. You're not necessarily going to be the starter." I mean, there are plenty of things that coaches can say to encourage kids to enter the transfer portal. And Jay, we've talked about this. Roster management is now so much more complicated because of the portal and the recruiting you want to do out from the portal, and getting guys in, getting out, and staying in the scholarship limits and all that. But yeah, Jay, I just don't understand this one.
I wonder how much the benching at Georgia State game even played into this, because I mean, there were a lot of things swirling that they were not happy, and I won't tell you who they are, but they were not happy.
I'm
with the fact that he got benched, and TJ Finley coming in and wins the game, and kind of felt like that all that they'd invested, put into that, had been in a sense somewhat, I'll say, disrespected or whatever. So I don't, hopefully that was resolved, but you never know. I mean, that one thing could be something that would trigger even beginning to think about that. Hey, DTPM, they can help you, and trusted since 1993. DTPM is your total solution provider that provides a comprehensive array of diagnostic lab testing equipment, supplies, and services. Visit their website at dtpm.com to learn more. That's dtpm.com, your leading provider of turnkey laboratory solutions, currently servicing customers in 47 states and growing. They remain national in scope and local in service. And if you're looking for laboratory services setups, they can partner with you from the beginning to the end, providing customizable total program management solution, including complete laboratory setup for you and your practice. DTPM provides total program management services for clients like treatment centers, physician offices, recovery courts, and reference laboratories, as well as urgent care and so much more. It's better outcomes for your patient, better outcomes for your practice with DTPM.com.
Jay, when we come back, I'm going to get you and Lars to respond to the rumors that Urban Meyer may be out at Jackson. Stay with us. It's the Jay Barker Show.
You're listening to The Jay Barker Show, live from the AVX studios in downtown Birmingham.
This is David R. DeBose. I'm the Market President, Chief Revenue Officer, and Chief Content Officer for Town Square Media Tuscaloosa, wishing you and your family a very Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
The perfect place to make your escape. Golden Moon offers 600 finely appointed rooms with incredible views. Take a dip in our Vegas-style infinity pool, complete with a full-service bar and cabanas. Experience the South's premier golf destination at Dancing Rabbit Golf Club, or catch the biggest sporting events at Time Out Lounge. So what are you waiting for? Come see us in Choctaw, Mississippi. Golden Moon Hotel and Casino, a Pearl River Resort property.
You may be into punk rock, soft rock, or classic rock, R&B, hip-hop, or house, country, techno, or techno country. But no matter what kind of music you listen to, here's something else you should hear. Please consider getting vaccinated. Talk to your pharmacist today about Comirnaty, COVID-19 vaccine mRNA. This message brought to you by BioNTech and Pfizer.
Ho, ho, ho! Bob Baumhauer here, and Baumhauer's Victory Grill is kicking off the holiday season right. From our always fresh buttermilk fried chicken tenders to our homemade Nana's chicken salad, and of course our world famous buffalo wings. We've got your holiday meals covered with our legendary party ready trays. And what's a holiday party without gifts? Now through December 24th, get a $5 bonus card with every $25 in gift cards purchased. Plus our signature sauces make great stocking stuffers too. Merry Christmas!
Are you drowning in IRS tax debt?
I owe the IRS $37,000.
Get ready for a toll-free hotline. Take advantage of new IRS tax forgiveness programs that may protect you from IRS collection agencies. They have the power to garnish your wages, put liens on your property, and levy your bank account. Civic Tax Relief can help protect you from the IRS.
Civic Tax Relief basically represented me against the IRS, and by the time everything was completed, I didn't owe the IRS anything.
Find out about the Fresh Start program that is now available through Civic Tax Relief. Civic Tax Relief's special tax hotline can help you discover all the relief programs available for free.
I would recommend anyone who has a tax problem to contact Civic Tax Relief.
Just call 800-324-4522. 800-324-4522. Don't wait. Call now. 800-324-4522. 800-324-4522.
With Taco Casa, it's not really fast food because it's made fresh every day in the store. The quality hasn't changed. The consistency hasn't changed because we haven't changed anything in the food. It's made fresh every morning in every restaurant. I think buzzwords in today's food industry are locally sourced and high quality ingredients. We want to say, that sounds great. We've been doing that since 1974.
Under the biggest cactus in town, Taco Casa.
Excuse me, sir, where did you get that great-looking new Nissan?
Townsend Nissan, of course. They saved me thousands on my trade-in.
Excuse me, ma'am, where did you buy your new Nissan?
Townsend Nissan, they are your family in the car business.
Folks, the bottom line is Townsend Nissan will work hard for you to save you time and money, along with the best buying experience. And remember, Townsend Nissan will buy your current vehicle today. Man, that is a great-looking SUV. Where did you get it?
Townsend Nissan gave me top dollar for my trade.
Tide 100.9 Tuscaloosa weather.
A very pleasant afternoon with a sunny sky. The high today 64. Clear tonight with a low at 45. Tomorrow, a sunny day, the high 69. Wednesday and Thursday, partially sunny both days. Highs between 71 and 74. I'm James Spann on the ABC 3340 Weather Center on Tide 100.9. It's 62 degrees in Tuscaloosa.
In the last 24 hours about dysfunction on the team, you having an incident with Marvin Jones, you having some acrimony with the assistant coaches, saying in one instance that they were losers, because their resume didn't have any, I guess, championship or winning season, whatever. Can you at least address that and whether it's accurate?
Yeah, calling someone a loser, that's inaccurate. I have high expectations for our coaches. Very demanding of our coaches, and expect guys to be held accountable for their positions. And at times when they're not, we address it. But I assure you, there is not whatever report. Amy told me something about that. That's nonsense. And then the other, Marvin Jones. Marvin Jones had a conversation because he came to me and said that there was something in the media. I said, "What's that?" Because I didn't read it. And he said that people are blaming the receivers for all the issues on offense. And I went back and I looked at it, and it was about, I think I said something like we have some injury issues and some lack of consistency. When we talked about that, he's great. We moved on, and he just. One thing about Marvin, and there's a lot of players, especially these, professional veterans, there's a lot of pride. Some guys aren't used to this, and he's one of them. But he's fantastic, and we have a fantastic relationship. And I started hearing that in Marvin. He looked at me. He walked by yesterday when I saw something on TV. I was like, heated argument, and he goes, "I guess we're not allowed to talk anymore, are we?" or something like that. Started laughing about it. So nothing.
All right, Urban Meyer, man, he's had a tough go ever since he got to training camp with Tim Tebow and Trevor Lawrence, and everything kind of on the field, off the field, and early struggles with this team this year down in Jacksonville, Florida with the Jaguars. But reports coming out said he called his assistants losers, questioned their resumes during a staff meeting, and also with Marvin Jones, you just heard about as far as some of their back and forth discussing or screaming matches. And Marvin came out and said, "Well, I guess you just can't talk to each other anymore." So I don't know if they're putting this aside or trying to, sweep it under the rug, but at least, the key for them is just, are they on the same page? Are they good? And it seemed like they are, at least the player and the coach, media still going to keep trying to find out, okay, was that real? Was he lying about it or whatever else? But just make sure you get the team right.
The coaches, if you're going to do that, that's kind of hard to believe too. Who hired the coaches? Urban Meyer.
I hope so.
And he's calling the guys he hired a bunch of losers. So do you think that they'd let him go after 1 year, just real quick?
I don't
either.
I mean, I don't. Number one, I think that's a bad business move from an owner standpoint. But hey, I mean, they do it. NFL is it is definitely not for long when it comes to coaches and the players. Lars, any thoughts on that?
Yeah, this feels like a Steve Spurrier level type of disaster of a college coach, very successful in college, going to the NFL. Spurrier, when he was with the Redskins, is just like one mistake after the next. And he'll tell you that. He said, "I never should have left Florida. I never should have gone to the NFL." And so, Jay, I want to sort of turn this back on you, because of the three of us, you're the only one that's played in college and in the NFL. So what makes a good NFL coach versus a college coach? And why is it that we've seen so many college coaches over the years that have been very successful in college struggle at the NFL level? I mean, you think of Pete Carroll, who's done great at both levels, right? Winning national championships and the Super Bowl. But the list is pretty short. So what is the big difference? And also, I did want to ask you too, Gene Stallings coached in the NFL, if I'm correct. And wondering if you ever talked to Coach Stallings about the big difference.
Never talked to him really about that. I will tell you from personal experience, the guys who seem to have the most success and still do are the ones who can relate to the players as men and see them on the same level as them more than it is in college. In college, as coach and player. I never forget when I got to the Patriots. I walked in, "Hey, Coach Parcells." Coach Parcells said, "Call me Bill." And I'm like, I don't call coaches Bill. I mean, I don't call your coach.
You mean Gene didn't say, "Hey, Jay, call me Beebs"?
Yeah, he just said, right. Yeah, Beebs or Gene. It was, call me Bill or whatever. And it's that level of respect on both sides. And you got to remember, even now, the players, some of them are making 3 or 4 times what the coach is making a year. I mean, the power lies within the players, especially the stars in the NFL. So it's how you are able to massage those relationships and make sure you have great team chemistry, the leadership, that you're like focused in on them, that you are doing things to create team community and stuff, but you can't be the rah-rah guy. Nobody takes that. It's a job. You hate to say it, but it is. It's a job. It's a business. It's no longer, the school pride. You still have pride in your team, but you're going to work, and guess what? Instead of going out that night or going back to your dorm room with your buddies, you're going home to kids and a wife.
Big
and you have a lot more responsibilities off the field than you do on it. So the coaches have to understand that, and I think try to relate to them as more grown men than just college-age kids. All right, we'll continue. Mick Gillespie going to be joining us, as he does every single Monday. And Mick has the Monday Night Quarterback tonight, and also he had the Sunday show last night. We were live Saturday together during the Heisman on Bama Insider. Don't forget to follow us on Bama Insider YouTube channel each and every day, noon to 2. We're live. You can like, subscribe, and share, and also on their Facebook channel for Bama Insider as well, and throughout our network, throughout the state of Alabama, down on the Gulf Coast at Jay Barker Radio Network. All right, Mick Gillespie coming up next.
You're listening to The Jay Barker Show, live from the AVX studios in downtown Birmingham.
One in 7 men will face prostate cancer. Nearly 500 new cases are diagnosed every day in the U.S. Traditional treatments can cause erectile dysfunction and urinary incontinence. But now there's a new option, high-intensity focused ultrasound, or HIFU.
Men who are really looking for an option that really preserves their urinary and sexual function are great candidates for HIFU treatment.
Preserve your quality of life. Call 866-4-VITURO or visit VituroHealth.com.
Hi, it's Jay Barker for AVX, Audio Video Excellence. They are the premier provider for custom audio-visual design and installation in the Southeast. AVX seeks excellence in everything it does, including a superior employee experience. AVX offers employees an industry-leading salary, insurance benefits, and 401k options. AVX technicians also receive the highest level of certification and continue training, making it one of the most awarded and decorated companies in the industry. Career opportunities are available now for technicians in Birmingham and Santa Rosa Beach, Florida. Join the AVX team, contacting them at avxinc.com.
Hi, this is Wes McClooney, owner of the New Balance Birmingham store. If you're average and you're looking for a new pair of running or walking shoes, I suggest you go to an average shoe store, where they'll sell you a pair of average shoes built for the average person with average size feet. But here's the thing, you're not average. No one is. We all exercise differently. We run differently. We walk differently. And our feet come in all sorts of widths and lengths. That's why at the New Balance Birmingham store, we employ fit specialists who will conduct an in-depth analysis of your foot's size and shape, along with your gait, and then determine the best New Balance shoes custom fit to you. Because New Balance isn't your average shoe, and you're not average either. Experience the difference an unaverage custom fit makes today at the New Balance Birmingham store on Highway 280 next to Chick-fil-A. New Balance Birmingham, your feet will thank you.
Hi, it's Jay Barker. I want to tell you about my good friends Craig and Keith at Birmingham Broker. Go online at bhambroker.com. That's bhambroker.com or 205-716-1269. Got 7 kids, man, and we had to sell a lot of cars. And these guys are looking for a lot of inventory. They helped us with all the hassle. No stress for us. They did the process as far as the sales and everything. Handled it all the way through. White glove type service. You'll love it. Again, it's bhambroker.com. Sell your car through bhambroker.com or 205-716-1269. Hi, it's Jay Barker for Siebel's in downtown Homewood, and now's the time to get your special place ready. Come in and let Siebel's design your porch with Kingsley Bait outdoor furniture and one of their custom swinging beds. For the great room, you're going to need their Carson swivel recliner. Siebel's is the #1 Carson recliner dealer in the country, and Sarah and I, we've got one, and we absolutely love it. Be sure also to check out their famous custom-made beds and bunk beds, built by Siebel's and made up with some of their best linens in town. Their staff can truly put your bed together like no other store. You can also follow Siebel's and shop on Instagram and Facebook. And be sure to call or go by their special store in downtown Homewood. The number is 800-448-1962. That's 800-448-1962. And just for listening, go to SiebelsCottage.com and order anything you want and type in Jay Barker for a special discount code. That's Jay Barker for a special discount code available only to our listeners for a limited time on The Jay Barker Show. Siebels in downtown Homewood or online at SiebelsCottage.com.
It's Antonio Langham here to tell you about the easiest way to buy your tickets to your next high school game. Have you ever had to wait in line to buy a high school ticket or stop to get cash on the way to the game? There has to be a better way. There is. It's called GoFan. Check out GoFan.co the next time you need a ticket for a high school game. GoFan is easy, fast, and completely secure. You can buy tickets directly from your phone and just show the ticket at the gate. Download the GoFan app or visit GoFan.co now. That's GoFan. Letter C, letter O.
All right, welcome back in, and thanks to all of you watching on Bama Insider, our YouTube channel, new to each and every day, weekday, also on their Facebook live as well for Bama Insider. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and also throughout the radio network on terrestrial radio throughout the state of Alabama and on the Gulf Coast, the Jay Barker Radio Network. And I really appreciate all you listening in or watching in here on this Monday edition. And he joins us every Monday, part of Bama Insider, and does a terrific job with them on knowing the pregame show, the actual Sunday show, the Monday night quarterback happening tonight, as well as we were live together this past Saturday for the Heisman Trophy Award. And we went live during the award ceremony and able to sit there and talk about Bryce Young and all that's happened for him and the Alabama Crimson Tide with back-to-back Heisman winners. Let's go to Fairhope, Alabama, and welcome in Mr. Mick Gillespie. Mick, how are you, my man?
What do you say, guys? Good to see you today.
What's the weather like in Fairhope today?
Stinks. It's cold and not too cold, but not great. Gray and too chilly. I'm ready for it to warm back up again.
I got you. So together on Saturday night, and Kyle Henderson and also Trey was on for a little while as well, kind of talking through the Heisman. And I think we all we knew that it was going to be Bryce. But again, just to see the announcement, to see his back-to-back, what all he's done and accomplished this year, pretty amazing for Alabama, for Bryce himself, his parents, and all the people that really impacted his life to get to that point.
Yeah, it was fun. I really enjoyed having you on there. I mean, with the rest of the crew and talking about the Heisman. I mean, it was just a special night. Your perspective on what it was like going through the process, and then, all those people watching from all across the country. It's just crazy how the mediums change so much too. I mean, I think there's like 40,000 people watch that show, and Alabama won again. And it just shows that Alabama's just become this big national brand for Heisman Trophy winners. First time a quarterback's won, but a lot of quarterbacks have been invited. Well, not a lot, but a handful, and gotten close. And then Bryce Young's the guy, and it wasn't really even that close for him. I mean, you look at the way that things ended up, but what a really fun night to watch and know that, hey, there really wasn't going to be that much drama. It was just, how much did he win by?
Mm-hmm. Lars? Okay.
We may have lost him.
Oh, go ahead, Lars.
Hey, there's Lars.
Yeah,
what's up, dude?
Hey, sorry, guys. Technology.
What you were doing.
The internet hasn't reached Nebraska yet. Okay, so we're working on things here. Mick, how much better can Bryce Young get? We were talking earlier, like what is most sort of exciting about Bryce Young is that Alabama has him for another year. And Mel Kiper has already come out and said that Bryce Young is going to be the top overall pick in 2023. And so not only will Alabama have the best offensive player in the country returning, they'll also have the best defensive player returning next year in Will Anderson. But do you think that Bryce is approaching his ceiling? Is he at his ceiling? Where do you think he can go to improve on this season in which obviously his numbers were historic and best in the country, winning the Heisman Trophy.
Yeah, I was just talking to our buddy Bradley Price about this. I think that if Alabama's offensive line gets better and more consistent like they played against Georgia, if they can do that next year, then he could have a season that's equally as good or even better. I think that he's a hard worker. I know that, look, the money hasn't affected him at all. I mean, he was paid at the beginning of the year and was smart enough to heed the advice of Sensei Saban and go ahead and just sit back a little bit and win a couple games and then, sign these deals. But on and off the field, he's been exemplary. You couldn't be prouder, just as an alumnus, of someone like him being the face of the team. And I love the turtlenecks and the sports coats that he and his dad wore in New York. With a little gold chain on there, and just had so much class and that big smile. And every time he speaks, it comes from the heart, and he's smart. And out on the football field, he's as good as it gets. And Alabama all of a sudden has become this pipeline for these amazing 5-star quarterbacks, and they come here and they live up to their potential, which doesn't always happen. I mean, look at the transfer portal right now, and all of these guys. Bo Nix is transferring from Auburn. I mean, who would have ever thought that, right? I mean, besides the mascot, he's the most recognizable face down there, even more than the coach. But you know what? The bottom line is that you got to go out there and perform, and no one gets you more prepared than Nick Saban. There's the turtleneck.
Guys, I just saw this.
Dad had the white turtleneck.
Tank Bigsby has just entered.
Yep.
Tank
Yep.
Bigsby
Who's
has
going to
just
be at
entered the
Auburn
transfer
next year?
portal. Yeah. Jay and Lars, wide receiver and quarterback. I know Lars has eligibility.
Yeah. Hey, Tank Bigsby, he would look pretty good in a crimson uniform. I thought he was the best running back in the SEC last year. Hey, I want to ask you, Jay, and Mick as well, because you alluded to it, the sartorial selection of Bryce Young. So, and Matt talked about it earlier. We talked about it earlier. I think it looked really sharp. Jay, your thoughts on what Bryce was wearing, and going back to when you were a finalist. I assume you did like the classic coat and tie.
Great question.
Coat and tie, coat and tie then, and I'm not a big turtleneck guy. I told Mick the other day, I think like 7th or 8th grade prom, that I wore the last time I wore a homecoming. I wore a turtleneck. It was like
they're hard to pull off.
It was the color of Mick's shirt right now. I think
was it?
That color, but I think I'm claustrophobic. I think when I get like that, I'm just like,
it itches your neck too. I guess I have a cheap one, but
and I didn't have chest hair like I do now, so that didn't matter then.
We all know that's important. Jay, what was it? Was it a dark suit with a classic tie?
Yeah, it was. I think I may have just been khakis and nice khakis and a sport coat. I don't know, or maybe I can't remember if it was suit or not. We just didn't have. That was the trend then.
Like
was
every other
khaki pants and
every other Southerner, right?
That's right. There you go.
You can't remember what you wore the Heisman. I'm
years.
absolutely. I know what it is. I can't remember what I wore yesterday, so I'm not throwing stones at you.
Right.
But I talked to Lars about this. I prefer the really classic tailored suit, really, and the tie's got to set it off. But then again, there's no chance I'm ever going up there anyway.
Bryce looked good. Mick looked good too.
Mick, what did you think of the outfit?
Yeah, I was just talking about it. And look, it wasn't comparable to what Smitty wore in his Heisman, with the velvet suit last year. But it was more what I expect from Bryce. He's not that flashy. He's just kind of like, he's just a leader. He's just behind the scenes, kind of quiet, doing his thing. He lets his actions speak louder than words. I'm wondering what Will Anderson's going to wear next year when he wins the Heisman. And that's the big question now when Alabama becomes the first school to win 3 straight. Yeah. And Will wins his. Does he go Smitty style, which probably would have been more my style, with the velvet suit and the big bow tie? Or does he go turtleneck and sports coat, which is kind of a classic look? And to be honest, I was hoping to I didn't have the time today, but I was hoping to get out and get a turtleneck and a jacket for your guys' show. And that for the audience here that's watching on BamaInsider. For those of you that are listening on radio, you wouldn't have seen it anyway. But I dressed up like Magnum PI a couple weeks ago, so I thought it was along those same lines.
Yeah, it does look like it.
Yeah, that's a velvet jacket, though, that he's got on, Bryce. Black velvet.
Is it? Okay. Well, I like it, though. Look, I'm not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I loved his parents too. I mean, like his dad was great, mom was great. Like they just exemplify everything that you want with someone that's representing your university. And honestly, all 4 guys that won the Heisman have done that in their own way. The question now is, of the Heisman winners, who's the most deserving of the 4 Heisman winners? And that's up for debate. But if it was me, I'd have to take Derrick Henry. He was a freight train.
Derrick Henry. Yep. I vote Derrick Henry as well.
So we've had guys transfer from Alabama to Auburn. Is there anybody that's transferred from Auburn to Alabama ever?
I would love to see Tank Bigsby do
it. Decent.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's what I'm seeing. All the comments about that on our screen. People saying, Tank to Bama, but man, that's a big when you talk about transfer from one rival to another. But who'd you say that came from?
There was a kid that was a Birmingham guy, and I know he played offensive line for both, and I think he went from Auburn to Alabama. Yeah. His last name was Deason, I believe, but it could have gone the other way around. So
that might be right. Yeah. Yeah. I think you're right.
Yep.
I think you're right.
I knew his mom's dad. They were really, really good people. That is the only reason I would have remembered.
Who was the running back recently that transferred from Bama to Auburn that played down on the plane? God, I can't remember his name. But,
I remember. I know who you're talking about. Yeah, it's been a while though.
Yeah, that's just a tough transfer, man. You're talking back and forth from a rival to one rival, but you want guys to. I mean, we're going to see more of that happening.
Tank's probably going to go to Georgia.
Yeah, you're probably right about that. Yeah.
Wouldn't that be interesting? Look, I got to say this, though. It doesn't really feel like amateur athletics anymore. Between the money and the transfers and everything else. Look, I still love college football, but this doesn't feel like amateur athletics at all. I mean, and it's the Wild West. I don't know how they're going to fix this, but I was seeing all of these guys transferring, every day. It's another list of guys. And Bo Nix transferring out of Auburn. I just wonder if everyone's jumping off the ship before it sinks.
It looks that way.
Yeah, I mean,
to a degree. I mean, it really does.
Hey, Nick, I would have thought that every other kid on that roster would have transferred before Bo Nix. It's mind blowing to me that Bo is leaving, but now with Tank Bigsby going, I mean, it just raises the question: Is it the coach? Is it the coaching staff? I mean, it feels like it's a program falling apart because, frankly, those are their 2 best offensive players, and they're gone.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. All right, Corey Grant. Thank you, Gary Harris.
There it is, Corey Grant.
Yeah. Corey Grant, Gary Harris from Tide 100.9 FM, and giving us that information. Thank you, Gary. Mick, thank you as always, and the 2017 MILB Broadcaster of the Year. I saw that sign behind you earlier, and always do a great job broadcasting all the different things you do, and especially BamaInsider. He'll be up tonight. Tell everybody about tonight's Monday quarterback show coming up.
Yeah, we got a big week on BamaInsider tonight, Monday night quarterback Tony Tsoukalas, and Wednesday all day long. If you want to know what's going on with recruiting, Andrew Bone, Kyle Henderson, myself, we're going to be on all day on the BamaInsider YouTube channel, giving you up-to-date recruiting news on the Crimson Tide as they try to become the #1 team in the country in recruiting again. So make sure that you guys catch us on Wednesday as well.
Yeah, Andrew told me he's going to make you wear a skirt and stand in front of a fax machine.
Whatever it takes.
Exactly. Mick, thank you.
Touche.
All right.
Hey,
Mick
roll tide, guys.
Fantastic as always. With us on 1:30 every Monday, and talking about the Crimson Tide. All right, we'll return. Lars Anderson out in Omaha, Nebraska. Matt Coulter in Studio AVX. I'm Jay Barker. You're listening to the Jay Barker Show. We'll be back.
You're listening to The Jay Barker Show, live from the AVX studios in downtown Birmingham.
The city of Tuscaloosa's favorite outdoor ice skating rink is back and better than ever in a new location. Come find us at Government Plaza from November 22nd through January 17th. Skate passes and season tickets can be purchased at holidaysontheplaza.com and make great stocking stuffers. Looking to host a private party or celebration? We've got you covered. Learn more about private party packages at holidaysontheplaza.com.
You know what happens in a plasma chamber?
Big stuff. Science stuff.
Diamonds. I'm Tom Osmond. Fincher & Osmond Jewelers carries artisan-created diamonds.
Earth and human safe.
And bigger. Lots bigger.
Fincher & Osmond diamonds from the mines or artisan-created diamonds.
They're all diamonds.
If you want to give her the big stuff, you've got to see these diamonds.
FincherandOsmond.com. A little tricky to find on McFarland Boulevard between Edgar's and Local Roots.
Hey, Ray Magliozzi here. Have you ever cooked a really fine gourmet meal? Yeah, me neither. But I'm told it all comes down to the ingredients. And when I need ingredients to improve my car, the place I go is eBay Motors. Whether you roasted your last transmission, graded your current floor mats, or pureed your side view mirror on a lamppost, eBay Motors has the right parts at the right prices. 122 million of them. And by the way, if you recently fired up your grill, don't worry, eBay Motors has grills too. eBay Motors. Let's ride.
During Dell's holiday event, save up to $250 on computers with Intel Core processors. Get special savings on Dell, XPS, and Alienware systems, plus monitors, docks, and accessories, all with free shipping. Call 800-BY-DELL. That's 800-BY-DELL.
Words and music. For the last year, the Federal Reserve has told us inflation is, in a word, transitory. But the Fed can't fight the music of inflation. It's what happens when we print trillions of dollars. Hi, my name's Adam Barada. I've built the #1 precious metals firm in the country by adding massive value. And Advantage Gold wants to earn your business by doing that for you right now. My best-selling gold inflation index report retails for $500. I want to email it to all serious investors with retirement accounts for free. No salespeople, no rigmarole, no gimmicks. Simply text the word gold to 49776. I'll email you my best-selling gold inflation report right now. Text the word gold to 49776. That's gold to 49776. Let Advantage Gold add massive value, and then we'll ask for your business. Simply text the word gold to 49776. Text the word gold to 49776.
Ho, ho, ho! Bob Baumhauer here, and Baumhauer's Victory Grill is kicking off the holiday season right. From our always fresh buttermilk fried chicken tenders to our homemade Nana's chicken salad, and of course our world famous buffalo wings. We've got your holiday meals covered with our legendary party ready trays. And what's a holiday party without gifts? Now through December 24th, get a $5 bonus card with every $25 in gift cards purchased. Plus our signature sauces make great stocking stuffers too. Merry Christmas.
Year-end quota sales event is underway at Townsend Nissan now. If you like to save time and money, here's your opportunity, folks. And yes, Townsend Nissan will buy your current vehicle today. And yes, Townsend Nissan offers a lifetime powertrain warranty on new Nissans. And yes, we have some of the most fuel-sipping units on the road. Sentras and Altimas, 37 MPGs. And if you want power, check out the 400-horsepower Titan truck, along with the all-new Frontier. And yes, Townsend Nissan will buy your vehicle today. Shop Townsend Nissan Tuscaloosa. Save time and money.
Tide 100.9 Tuscaloosa weather.
A very pleasant afternoon with a sunny sky. The high today 64. Clear tonight with the low at 45. Tomorrow, a sunny day, the high 69. Wednesday and Thursday, partially sunny both days. Highs between 71 and 74. I'm James Spann on the ABC 3340 Weather Center on Tide 100.9. It's 62 degrees in Tuscaloosa.
bit of Roll Tide there from southern Middle Tennessee, from I guess that's Taste Still 71. The Stillwell Anderson, Mike Morgan. Hey Jay, just thought, can you please play your wife Sarah Christmas music for Worship Wednesday? Thank you. You know, Julie, we'd love to do that. We had so many more restrictions now, being on YouTube with copyrights, even though it's my wife's songs. There's other issues around that, so we will definitely try to play some of that for you when we can, and once we are able to kind of work through that. But thank you for asking. Tank Bigsby, excuse me, should transfer over to Bama. What
Lars said.
Yeah, what Raid Tube or Tube, whatever. Red Tube. Rate.
I do know this.
Rate
There's the guy you just mentioned a minute ago, Mike Morgan.
Yeah.
I think all of his posts, I read them. We're like twin sons of different mothers.
Oh, really?
How you?
Yeah.
He everything he posts, I've either thought about, or when he says it, I think about it. And so I'd like to meet them.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully he doesn't.
Hopefully he doesn't post anything really weird right now.
Yeah.
kind of like Brian Kelly's dancing with his recruits. Oh my gosh.
That's Hey Lars, have you seen that video of Brian Kelly dancing with Walker Howard, his incoming quarterback?
I have not, but I can only imagine. Please describe it for me.
Well, they're standing in one of those recruiting rooms that Jay has described to me, and
got the lights around them and stuff.
Yeah, it almost looks like a disco.
There it is.
Yeah, look at that, Lars. Can you see the screen? They're dancing butt to butt to a Garth Brooks song, and it just looks creepy.
Play it again.
I don't know how much of you can play. LSU will come up. They'll come at you with a cop. Have those rooms, and that likely started it. It's just kind of a flash type deal.
Mm-hmm. Normally it's just players, like
but
one player or two players together, but not.
Brian Kelly's out there trying to dance, and more than that, he's got a funny look on his face, and it's literally back to back with his.
Isn't that what got Urban Meyer? Isn't that what got Urban Meyer in trouble when he didn't fly back with the team? You know,
different gender.
Yeah. I've been back on the show. I'm doing the show from Omaha tomorrow. I'll be flying back tomorrow night.
Need Runzas.
Yeah, and bringing Runzas. Runzas will be in with me into the studio.
Awesome. Hey, thank you for watching us on Bama Insider YouTube. Listen to us across the network as well, and our flagship station Tide 100.9 FM out of Tuscaloosa, and also on the Facebook Live for Bama Insider and all the good stuff, comments and stuff you did today. Thank you for that and your questions. And also don't forget to like, share, and subscribe each and every day. We're there noon to 2 live on the Facebook and also on the YouTube channel for Bama Insider. All right, have a great day. And to our producer, Josh Smith, who always does a terrific job. And to all of you out there, again, watching or listening, thank you. Have a great Monday. We'll see you tomorrow for the Tuesday edition live from ABS.
When you go to turn on the lights, you expect them to work. Our team at Alabama Power does too.